Let this play out for you. This is the Louisville Metropolitan Police releasing chilling body cam footage of a rookie policeman and his training officer approaching the gunman during the Louisville bank shooting, killing 5 people, injuring 9 others, including 2 police officers. This as authorities continue searching for a motive, while the shooter's family says he suffered from mental challenges.
With us now for reaction, we're joined by Betsy Brantner Smith, spokesperson for the National Police Association, retired Chicago area police officer. Betsy, welcome, and thank you very much for coming on. Again, this is a tragedy whenever we hear of these shootings across the country. And then we're also learning about how police respond, right? As soon as they get the call, and it's varied in different instances. Of course, the Nashville shooting recently, we saw police spring into action, going throughout the school hallways and eliminating the shooter there. A similar sentiment in this case. What do you take away from this body camera footage?
Well, what I want people to see, of course, is the incredible courage of these police officers to arrive to hearing the shots fired. The senior officer, the field training officer, Officer Galloway, gets his rifle out, directs the rookie, and they immediately approach to go toward those shots. So his rookie is shot in the head. He takes cover, and that takes incredible discipline to take cover. And as you can hear in his body camera footage, he is directing other officers in. He is talking about how they are going to rescue that rookie, but he's got to also focus on that active shooter who is shooting at him. It's difficult to see, but he can see that shooter. He eventually engages that shooter, takes him down, and then there is a very disciplined approach. This is nerves of steel. And this is your American law enforcement officer.
Let me show you more. We have this. I believe we have another clip from the body camera footage as this moves on in this deadly situation. Here's that.
God, don't have an angle.
I mean, this just, you know, we watch this along. It's difficult to think of, obviously you think about the victims, right? There's so many, several injured, 5 dead, many ranged in their ages between the 40s and 60s. I believe one was in their upper 50s as well. And this is a bank downtown Louisville, and a place that many people went, operated in, clearly a bigger building there as well. So this would have been a typical day for many. But obviously this ended tragically. But I did want to point to something you kind of touched on, and it's the response time. 3 minutes, that's what it was reported. As soon as they knew that the Louisville Metropolitan Police was able to get there in 3 minutes. Can you talk to me about that response time and how that differs from city to city?
Well, it depends on the number of police officers that you have on patrol at any given time. So remember, these are not Navy SEALs. These are police officers who might have been on a traffic stop, might have been on a domestic dispute, might have been delivering a baby somewhere or helping find a lost dog. American police officers do so many things, but when they get that call, active shooter at the bank. Now, of course, the first thing you're going to think is it a bank robbery? But this is pre-business hours, and this was during a staff meeting. But you saw the quick and extraordinary response from those first officers to arrive. And I want to point out that Officer Galloway, who's the primary body cam you see, he is a field training officer. He's only been a cop since 2018. He is in charge of not only handling this call, but of that rookie police officer. He's training that police officer who just got out of the police academy on March 31st. So he has got to not only respond appropriately, but keep track of that recruit officer, direct him, and then direct other people as they respond. They didn't wait for a supervisor. They didn't wait for a sergeant. They went right in and did everything they could to stop that shooter. And of course, you know, young Officer Wald is still trying to recover from brain surgery, from being shot in the head. Right. And I ask people to keep him and all American law enforcement officers in your prayers as we all move forward.
Indeed. It's a reminder just how dangerous the job truly is. Betsy, if you could stand by, I wanted to bring in Jonathan Gilliam, former FBI agent, former Navy SEAL, with us now. Jonathan, we were watching sort of the body camera play out, and Betsy was explaining what was going on as we were watching it together. But I just wanted to ask you, from your background working with the FBI, what happens next when it comes to learning more about potential motive? We've heard from officials it remains unclear at this point, but they are combing through evidence. What happens right now?
Well, right now they're going to start looking into the background of this, and well, not start. They're just diving into the background of this individual, and I think they're going to find it's clear that this guy's had emotional issues for a long time, not just something that just sparked all of a sudden. The way he planned and methodically went through this. But I think, one thing that I keep hearing repeated now, it's kind of the normal thing for people in law enforcement to say they're not going to say the shooter's name. They don't want to repeat the shooter's name. And I think that is something that's not good. I think when it gets into the media, when something like this happens, that the more they say this individual's name, the potential for somebody to come out and say, I actually knew this guy and I heard about this. He said something years ago and it just sparked in my memory because I heard his name. I think it's very important on the airways for us to mention who this person is, where they were from, so that they can help collect information, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to collect information as to why this person did this, what the motivation was. And I want to say one thing to what Betsy was saying a second ago. She's absolutely right about how these officers responded, and they're doing another job, and then this comes. And I think, and I'm sure Betsy would agree with me on this, is that law enforcement has to evolve because these types of events are becoming more common. And I think they're going to become even more common because of the breakdown of the psyche of young people in this country.